Hi, Joe with Bridges Bricks Pittsburgh in my video series of real estate questions and answers. And today's question is, what is earnest money? I've also heard it called hand money. And what it is a deposit that you put forth when you put an offer in on a house that is your good faith deposit. You're saying, I'm serious about this offer. And if the offer gets accepted, that money gets put into an escrow account and held until either the deal closes or it doesn't, and it gets refunded back to you. It's basically a savings or a checking account sort of situation where that money sits in escrow, and then when the deal closes, you apply that to your closing costs. Now, are you at risk of losing that money? Not if you stay within the terms of the contract. Now, if you were to do something like violate the contract by backing out after a specific contingency period, you just decide at the end, I just don't want to buy this house, then you're at risk of losing that earnest money, and that will be subject to mediation. But that's the only way that you're at risk. Really, those contingencies I mentioned in a previous video are there to protect that earnest money. So when those contingencies are satisfied, you are in the clear. Now, if you go through a contingency like the home inspection contingency, and you decide, there's too much to deal with in this house, I've talked to the seller, I can't negotiate this to somewhere that will make sense to me financially, we can submit a form that gets us out of that deal, and then that earnest money is released back to you. So you're protected in that way, but it also protects the seller in the way that you're not going to back out and violate the contract. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's an interesting topic, so reach out to me if you have further questions. Like and subscribe, and look out for my other ones.